Hi, Charles Słowikowski from Machines by Goldcrest, representing Fabertech brand of CNC machines, laser cutters, fiber laser cutters, and other machines which we have in the offer. This is our basic model, Fabertech M1 1325. This model is upgraded from the typical basic Chinese machines, and I would like to introduce you to a couple of details we have as a standard. So, for example, each of the basic CNC M1s, they have a switch for external dust collector, so you can connect your own, connect it into the breakers and operate it by a switch in your control box, so you don't have to run in and out. All of the Fabertech M1 CNC machines have an integrated vacuum pump, vacuum bed and T-slots. So if you're doing, for example, higher elements or uneven, like a solid wood, solid timber, and the vacuum is easily not going to work on it, then you can use the T-clamp. So that comes as a standard. Also, dust collector, up and down, so you can rise it, fall it, if you need to see how the beads are doing or adjust the bead position. You can rise the dust collection with the brush. Another standard feature, all of the Fabertech CNCs, they have a light integrated. As you probably know, in the England's workshops, lighting is not always perfect. So this light is, from my opinion as a joiner, it's just perfect solution. Another thing, NK, Weinhock NK controller. This is upgraded version G3, so you have more buttons, more operations available at hand. Of course, everything is in English, very easy to understand. USB port, so you can get the software from your computer and quickly run the program. Flue, extraction flue, very nicely located, so you don't have to run it separately. You don't have to have a flue on the table. Everything it's nicely solved. Another very important thing, which lots of Chinese CNC machines on the budget range, they don't have it. On each of the axes we have a sensors which tells the machine that this is the end of the axis, end of the operation. Please don't go any further. With the cheap machines where there is no supervision in China from any of the British companies, this is very often omitted, and by the mistake of operator, by the mistake of programming, when you write the program, very easily you can smash the spindle left, right, or you can smash the gantry, very often effectively lowering the efficiency of the machine, damaging the components, and having a costly service of repairing that. So small idea, but very, very helpful for the operators and for the durability of the machine. Another basic solution is the tool sensor. So it's on the long cable. So almost anywhere in the table, you can get it onto the material. You can sense, you can test the tool height. You can very, very easily set the machine operation height with the external tool sensor. All of our machines, even the basic one, M1s, are installed with the servo motors, not stepper motors, not hybrid motors, not easy servos. They are servo motors with up to 40 minutes per minute. So they're very reliable. They are with the braking system, so the machine can easily stop in an instant instead, for example, of the stepper motors. But that I'm going to explain in the another clip. All of the spindles or basic M1 machine starts with a 3 kilowatt spindle, but we decided to install not water-based, not water cooling spindles, but HQD air-cooled spindles. It's the same principle with the vacuum pump. We also providing clients with the air vacuum pump, not the water vacuum pump. For the same. Also, as a standard in all of our CNC machines, may it be router, may it be fiber laser, we installing a central lubrication system. It's automatically lubricated. You don't have to do any levering, any manual operation. I'm going to show it in a second. At the back of the gantry, there is a tank with the grease and the microprocessor. It's sensing time of operations, and it automatically applies the grease, so you don't have to worry about that. As I said before, all of our tables are vacuum tables with the T-slots, but also as a standard, even in the basic machines M1, we're adding positioning cylinders, bars, which pops out by the push of the button or turn of the knob. So you have a exactly 0-0 position for any board which you're gonna put on the table. So they pop out, you just put the board, align it towards the bars, and you have your board, your material exactly in the homing 0-0 point. So that's very important. That speed ups operation. Also a small feature at the end of the table, there is a couple of rows of the wheels, rollers. That's very good for rolling the material onto the table, so it's less manual labor, less heavy lifting. You can just put it on the table, roll it in. It's not automatic feeding system, but every little bit helps. What is very important with our upgraded machine, that the table and the whole gantry is much thicker, much bigger than the typical cheap budget size machines. As you can see, it's over 400 kilo more compared to the cheaper tables, cheaper steel structure. So probably you can see the difference on the first instance. Every time we place an order, before the shipment, before it goes to the containers, I personally go to China and check each machine that everything was leveled, there is no damage, there is no leakage in the vacuum system, all of the spindle, everything works, no overheating in the control box. We're doing at least for 2 hours cutting on each machine. Spindle works constantly for 2 hours to see that there is no overheating, nothing is happening with the machine. So generally it's a personal approach to be sure that whatever comes to UK or Europe, doesn't matter where the client is. I know deep down in my heart that we're selling proper machines, and whoever is going to purchase a product from us, it's going to work for years to come without any faults, without any stopover in the production. So that's very important to me, as I am a joiner, I am a fabricator. So it wouldn't be a nice situation if I purchase a machine and in the meantime something cracks. So definitely wherever you buy machines, is it Fabertech or is it any other supplier from China in UK, I think it's good to check everything in person.